All right, let's take a look at using function notation with variables this time. So we have two functions. We have f of x and we have g of x. Now the first one here, first of all, it says find and simplify each of the following. So we're going to take a look at the f function, and instead of letting the x remain, we're going to actually put in what it tells us to put in, which is an a. So that means that everywhere I have an x, I'm going to take it out and replace it with an a. All right, so let's see what we have. We have a squared minus 3, and that's what f of a is. Okay, the result of putting in an a is a squared minus 3. All right, so now it gets a little weirder, but we can still do it. Doesn't matter really what they ask us to put in there. If they said put an apple in there, we could put an apple in there, right? So they're telling us this time to put in a plus 1. So here we go. We're going to have our parentheses. By the way, it's the f function, right? Because they're asking us for f, so we're going to use that template. So I'm going to put in the a plus 1. Now, when I do this, I notice that this is a binomial squared, which means I must FOIL it, right? I must FOIL that. So here we go. I'm going to go a plus 1, and then a plus 1. Oops, there's the 1, and then minus 3. The 3 doesn't get FOILed, right? It's just sitting out at the back. We have a squared, and then outers and inners make actually 2a, and then I get a 1. And then there's minus 3. Now notice this is the simplify part, right? Simplify. I'm going to keep going until I have nothing else to combine. And there it is right there. There's my answer. If I input a plus 1, I'll get out that. Okay? Now, they're going to continue to make it weird for us, and we're going to continue to just do what it says to do. They're saying, hey, now take the f function and put in a plus h. Then put a subtraction, and then just subtract the regular function f. Okay? So here we go. Let's go back to what the function looks like. There it is. So I'm going to have, instead of x, I'm going to have, let me put the template there, I'm going to have a plus h. Okay, now I'm going to use a different color here so we can see what's going on. Minus, and now I have f of x, which is just the regular function. They want me to subtract just the regular function. All right, so let's just make sure we understand what we just did. They're saying, hey, grab the f of x function, but instead of putting an x in, put in a plus h. Then put a subtraction sign. Okay, this is just that subtraction sign, and then just write down the regular function f of x, which is x squared minus 3. All right, so now we're just going to simplify this. Here we go. I'm going to FOIL this because it says to square it, which means foiling that. So there's that. That's a weird a. So minus 3, and then I'm going to distribute the negative while I'm copying, so that that'll already be ready for me. So I'm distributing the negative. You do have to put parentheses here when you're asked to subtract a binomial or a trinomial, anything other than a monomial. You do have to put parentheses so that we know to distribute the negative. So let's go ahead and get this. We have a squared. I'm going to go ahead and show all the steps on this one. Firsts, outers, AH, inners, AH, lasts, H squared. Minus 3 minus x squared. I'm just copying at this point. I do have some like terms, so I'm going to combine the like terms. So I have 2AH there. All right, now let's just keep going and make sure that we've combined all of our like terms that we can. Oh, look at there. We have a positive 3 and a negative 3. Those are going to add to 0. Okay, positive 3, negative 3 are going to add to 0. And let's take a look at what we have. I think that's all that we can combine. So we have a squared plus 2AH plus h squared minus x squared. Okay, and that is the output. Okay, or that's actually kind of the result of that little formula they gave us. Okay, all right, last one. They want us to go to the g function. We have to be careful that we're going to the right function. This is the g function, and they want us to put in x minus 2. Well, this is pretty straightforward. So my function looks like this, 5x minus 1. There's my template. Now what I'm going to dump in is x minus 2. And so I have 5x minus 10 minus 1. And I'm going to have 5x minus 11. And that's my answer. That's my output once I input x minus 2. All right, thanks for watching.